Ever wondered what hypnosis feels like? As that state when you're half awake and half asleep? Andrew Huberman says that it's a powerful tool that, unfortunately, has been greatly put in the shadows by stage hypnosis. Basically, everybody is now seeing it as an entertainment show, and not as the medical practice that can encourage high performance. Yet one thing is certain: you may not know what hypnosis is until you've tried it. Here's Frank Santos, a comedian hypnotist, who over his 20-year career used to go around Boston University and hypnotize people to do some really funny things. Also, as Joe Rogan recollects from some shows he attended a couple of years ago, Frank Santos would sometimes make people feel like they were in a boat or in water. You may think that those were just weak-minded people, who are just really easy to convince of something, like those who believe in all sorts of religious cults. While it's scientifically proven that some people are more easily hypnotized than others, it's certainly not something to joke about. In fact, it seems that scientists have come up with a test called the Spiegel hypnosis test. Basically, you just have to look at the ceiling and afterwards close your eyelids.
Look up at the ceiling, and you're gonna look and now now close your eyelids. You're not very hypnotizable.
How's that?
People who are more hypnotizable, their eyelids will flutter in an attempt to go down.
The way your hypnotizability is measured is by paying close attention to how your eyelids close. So people who are more hypnotizable will flutter their eyelids when making them go down. This is explained by the fact that hypnosis implies an ability to go into deep, relaxed states. Some people's autonomic nervous system gets locked in a state of more attention and of higher levels of alertness, or, as opposed to this, of higher levels of sleepiness. This is similar to those moments when you are feeling really stressed out. Time and basically everything around you looks and feels differently than the time when you're in the other extreme, a state of sleep, when space and time are non-existent, when everything is fluid. So while for some people it's easier to go back and forth between these two extreme states, others might find it really difficult to de-stress, for example. That is why some people are not easy to hypnotize, because their autonomic nervous system is just not willing to let go and enter those deep, relaxed states. So the fluttering of the eyelids when getting them to go down is actually reflective of a peripheral nerve that originates in the brainstem as a central part of the autonomic nervous system. You may not know it, but your two eyes are entirely independent of your brain. They're not connected to it. In fact, these eyes you use to see the world around you are two pieces of your brain that during development got squeezed out of the skull and got placed outside it. So maybe saying that the eyes are the window to the soul doesn't make too much sense now. Better yet, eyes are your brain. So when a hypnotist looks into your eyes, by the size of your pupils, he can tell whether your system is willing to go easily from an alert state to a deep and relaxed one. This is why, by looking into someone's eyes, or better said, when you look at how someone is focusing their eyes, you might be able to tell a lot about that person. For example, if you're about to do something that is really important to you, your pupils will change shape. Basically, your eyes are brought inward, which triggers a certain neural circuit to increase levels of autonomic arousal. This, as a result, makes your system turn to those resources that fuel you, so that you're able to go through whatever intense and important thing you have to do. This is called the Cyclops Vision soda straw view, because you only see one thing and one thing only.
If we are in Cyclops vision, soda straw view, it changes the way we perceive time.
In opposition, when you're relaxed, as you're watching a sunset or you're just taking a walk, you're going into what's known as the optic flow. Things just flow past you, and you go into panoramic vision. This means that you get out of that limited way of seeing the world, and you start to see the corners of the room, the ceiling, and the floor. Therefore, you can tell a lot about a person once you notice whether they are in the Cyclops Vision soda straw view or in the panoramic vision. So when the Cyclops Vision soda straw view is on, you tend to do two things. One is that you get more focused on what's going on inside of you versus outside of you. It's a moment where your brain does interoception, meaning that you perceive sensations from inside your body. And when you're stressed out, time goes by really slowly. Think of people surviving car accidents. They will usually recollect things going on in slow motion because their internal level of arousal is really, really high in those moments of intense stress. But it feels like relaxation. So, there is a sum of personality traits that go hand in hand with someone's level of hypnotizability. Some people just cannot be hypnotized because one can never force hypnotism on someone. In the end, that deep state of quasi-relaxed sleepiness is not that easy to access on your own without the guidance of a hypnotist. While there may be other ways to do it, this state can be really beneficial for people who want to learn something. They can become much more relaxed through hypnosis than their attempts to do so from their everyday life while being conscious. Hypnosis can be a great tool for fast learning, just like sleep. Many researchers like Matt Walker and Will Dement at Stanford have already shown that the easiest way to make someone go insane and not be able to do any mental operations is to sleep deprive them. So maybe now is the time to look at hypnosis differently.